Archaeology is pretty cool. Uncovering the lost remains of fallen civilizations is an important endeavor for completing the puzzle that is human history. But what if you're not interested in all that documenting and science nonsense that these nerds keep spouting on about? What if you just want to throw massive amounts of money into blowing holes in the dirt in hopes of finding anything? Then I got the Archaeologist for you. Meet Heinrich Schliemann. Qualifications? Grants? Verifiable sources? Screw that noise. Heinrich Schliemann wasn't your grandma's archaeologist. This man was driven by his sole desire to unearth the mythical city of Troy, determined to prove its existence no matter the cost. But where did this borderline psychotic drive come from? Who was the man behind these groundbreaking excavations? How much blasting is too much blasting? To answer these burning questions, we gotta start at the beginning.
We're gonna be talking about the
Heinrich.
Schliemann was born on January 6, 1822 in New Bukow, Germany. He was born to a poor priest and his mother who would unfortunately die in 1831. At the age of 7, Heinrich was schooled on the Iliad and the Odyssey by his father. This kick-started Heinrich's love of Greece, and Heinrich claimed that he wanted to excavate the city of Troy around this time. Heinrich's father was caught doing a little embezzlement of church funds and wasn't able to be a part of the institution any longer. This little oopsie led Heinrich to be sent to live with his uncle at the age of 9, where he attended gymnasium. Now, it would have been awesome if Heinrich was pumping iron and maxing out his PR. Unfortunately though, gymnasium just means grammar school.
Man, fuck you bitch!
After spending years in a grammar school and still not knowing what an adverb is, Heinrich would then go on to start an apprenticeship at Herholtz's grocery. It was here where he heard a drunkard recite the ancient poems of Homer, sparking his obsession with the myths. Heinrich labored for 5 years at the grocery until he ended up having to leave due to coughing up blood after lifting a heavy barrel. Maybe you should have gone to the real gym instead, nerd. After this little minor setback, Heinrich became a cabin boy on the brig named Dorothea that was heading on its way to Venezuela. However, the ship was wrecked by a storm off the coast of the Netherlands only 12 days into the trip. Heinrich fortunately, or unfortunately depending on who you ask, survived the wreck. He worked at a few more places in Amsterdam until at the age of 22, he joined the import-export firm B.H. Schroeder & Co. Probably eager to get rid of him, Schliemann was sent by the firm to St. Petersburg in 1846. Because he represented so many companies from so many different areas of the world, he learned both Russian and Greek. Now, Heinrich was a bit of a language head and claimed that he was able to learn a language in just 6 weeks. He also claimed that by the end of his days on this planet, Heinrich could speak English, French, Dutch, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, Russian, Swedish, Polish, Greek, Latin, Arabic, and German. Absolute psycho behavior. His brother, a wealthy speculator based in California, would pass away in 1850. Heinrich, being the absolute sigma male that he was, saw this as an opportunity to move to California, where he opened up a bank and resold millions of dollars worth of gold dust. This is when our good friends at the Rothschilds Foundation claimed that Heinrich was basically being dishonest with the amount of gold he was selling and was giving them less than the agreed upon amount. This is also conveniently when Heinrich became ill and had to flee California. If you haven't noticed already, Heinrich is a bit of a mischievous fellow who indulges in a bit of tomfoolery every now and then. Lying to the Rothschilds wasn't his first time being dishonest. Before he went to California, Heinrich claimed he had dinner with President Fillmore. However, this never happened and he got the story from a similar gathering that happened with someone else. Another time, he claimed to be witness to the San Francisco fire in 1851. This claim was disproved when he said that the fire happened in June when it really happened in May.
Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
He just read a report on the fire and claimed that he was there. Not only that, but he lied about when he received his US citizenship. Bro just wanted clout. I don't know why you would lie about these things. After selling his business to Russia, he married Ekaterina Petrovna Lischin, I apologize for how I said that, in 1852. His business dealings weren't over, however. He cornered the indigo market and made major racks off that venture. He then saw the major bag alert that was war profiteering and sold the ingredients to make munitions to the Russian government during the Crimean War. With more money than he knew what to do with, Heinrich set his sights on his childhood dream of finding the lost city of Troy. A man by the name of Frank Culbert, who Heinrich conveniently left out of his memoirs, convinced Heinrich that Troy was in an area in Turkey known as Hasarlik, in which Culbert actually owned the land. Heinrich was a bit skeptical but was convinced, and Culbert let him excavate the area in hopes of finding Troy. Heinrich began excavating in 1870 and ended up finding 9 buried cities by 1873. His dishonest nature became more abundant when he saw gold glinting beneath the soil. Now, he claimed he dug out the gold with his second wife Sophia. By the way, he divorced his first wife and got with a Greek teenager, and put the gold in her shawl. However, Sophia was with her family at the time, and Heinrich straight up smuggled the gold out of Turkey. He was caught and paid a fine of 50,000 gold francs to Turkey, along with many artifacts. Once he was allowed to again, he began excavating more in hopes of finding Troy.
Did somebody say boom?
We mentioned that Heinrich excavated much of the area in hopes of finding Troy. What we left out was the method in which he conducted these excavations. Subtlety was a word Heinrich was not familiar with. His biggest blunder during his excavations has to be the fact that he used explosives and blasted through layers of sediment to find the lost city. This led him to destroying the layer that was the real Troy. He raised the city better than the Greeks could ever dream of. This also destroyed thousands of years worth of history and ruined many artifacts in the process. While it could be said that excavating wasn't an exact science at this point, they're explosives, man. What did you think was going to happen? Not only did he blast through layers of very important pieces of human history, he dug a massive trench through the excavation site in hopes of finding the lost city, destroying even more priceless artifacts in the process. This is actually known as the Schliemann trench. He also blasted through the second city to find jewels as well. And if that isn't bad enough, there were claims that he cheated on his second wife with a local Assyrian girl, in which he never confirmed nor denied. On August 1st of 1890, Heinrich passed away in the Great Dig site above. For all of Heinrich's carelessness, lying, cheating, stealing, and all-around dickish behavior, his passion and obsession is what brought archaeology into popularity and brought a greater general awareness of the region and its rich history, which, no matter how you slice it, is pretty cool. While very, very flawed, Schliemann was a man that lived by his own rules. He had a dream and he stuck to it no matter what. Could he have gone about it better? Yeah, probably.
Hey yo, can I get some mayo? Can I get some cheese with extra lettuce and tomato?